Just yesterday, Xbox finally announced the next Developer Direct, and there's a lot of exciting stuff here. Developer Direct will be on January 23rd at 6 PM GMT, which is around 10 AM Pacific time for the Americans and I think 1 PM Eastern American time. According to the article that Xbox put out, we are going to get an in-depth look at South of Midnight, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, which I've never heard of, and Doom the Dark Ages, which is obviously the biggest thing here, so let's just talk about that for a moment. Doom the Dark Ages, developed by id Software, is the prequel to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal that tells the epic cinematic origin story of Doom Slayer's rage. So basically we're going to get to see what happened to Doom Slayer between Doom 64 and Doom 2016, which is very exciting, at least to me, because I am an absolute Doom fanatic. Honestly, that's all there really is to note in the article, unless you are of course excited for the other two confirmed games that they're showing off that I just mentioned. If so, I will leave a link to the article in the description below so you can go and read about it for yourself. Now, what I really want to talk about here is Bethesda, because Bethesda are one of, if not the biggest companies under Microsoft. And it feels weird that the only Bethesda game here is Doom the Dark Ages. Although, as there is with every single Developer Direct since I started doing them, there is going to be a secret game either being shown off or announced for the first time. And if you saw yesterday's video, you will completely understand why I do believe that it will be the Oblivion remaster that just won't stop leaking. There is so much evidence that this remaster has been in the works for many years now that it's basically ridiculous and it's pretty much confirmed. They might as well just announce it. But there is another Bethesda game being made that I think could possibly make an appearance, and that of course is Arcane's Blade. Now this was announced like 2 years ago at this point, and we've heard nothing since, and honestly, it's starting to piss me off. Show me Blade, Microsoft. This is one of my most anticipated games ever. I love Arcane, and I fucking love Blade as a character, and I do think that it's possible that we will see Blade at the showcase. But then again, I said that last year, so what the fuck do I know? Now there is another game that we could potentially see that has gone under the radar since its announcement, and that is Clockwork Revolution. Again, announced like nearly 2 years ago at this point, and everyone was really excited about it. A new Bioshock-esque steampunk RPG. Yeah, sign me all the way up. But we have sadly not heard anything since then, besides the studio once hinting in a tweet that the game may feature crafting. Again, everyone seemed really hyped for this when it was shown off, but now it feels like everyone has just forgotten about it. Even myself, someone who was really excited for this game, couldn't remember the name of it yesterday in our Discord server, until someone had to remind me. It is time for an update. Remind everyone that this awesome looking game is coming, even if it's just a 1-minute trailer showing off some new stuff like crafting or combat. Just remind everyone that it's coming, please. Now, of course, there are 2 other big games dropping this year that we weirdly haven't seen get promoted to being in Developer Direct, and one of them is Avowed, which is arguably the biggest RPG dropping this year. I think it's a pretty much no-brainer that we're going to get to see at least a little bit of Avowed here, especially since it will be coming out just a few weeks after Developer Direct. But speaking of Obsidian, I also wouldn't be too surprised if we saw some more footage of The Outer Worlds 2, which is also coming this year. We've barely seen anything from The Outer Worlds 2, so it seems like it's time to start promoting it. I've got to be honest, I thought that The Outer Worlds, like The Outer Worlds 1, the original game, wasn't great. Not bad, but just fine, nothing special. However, this trailer that I'm playing right now actually got me pretty excited, so I'm curious to see more. Now look, I know that you're all just on the edge of your seat waiting for me to say it. Fallout 3 Remake or Remaster. Much like the Oblivion Remaster, there has been some evidence that this is being made, but nowhere near as much as the Oblivion Remaster, and honestly I've stopped letting myself get hyped for it because it just seems like year after year Bethesda dropped the ball on the Fallout franchise. So no, I don't think that we are going to see anything from Fallout at Developer Direct, sadly, even though it has been nearly 10 fucking years since the last true Fallout game. Actually, it's been 10 years this year. Anyway, at best, we'll see some 2025 updates for Fallout 76 or something. But overall, I do really think that the quote surprise game will just be the Oblivion remake. We've just seen way too much evidence and leaks for it, and it would be like the biggest shock and surprise because obviously the general gaming audience probably doesn't know that it's coming. It's also worth noting that literally the first post I saw when I opened Blue Sky this morning was an insider, my man Jazz, saying that he thinks the Developer Direct is going to be a lot bigger than Microsoft is currently letting on. So yeah, that's probably worth noting. But to sum up, the biggest game that we've at least seen announced to be showed off at Developer Direct is clearly Doom: The Dark Ages, but there's almost definitely going to be a few surprises, possibly even a new game that hasn't been announced yet, but mostly I'm just hoping to see the Oblivion remaster, Blade, and Clockwork Revolution. But the real question here is, what are you all hoping to see at Developer Direct in a few days? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm betting that I'm missing something big here. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave it with a like if you would be so kind, and of course consider subscribing if you do want to stay up to date on Developer Direct and all of the games that come with it. Lastly, as always, a huge, massive thank you to all of our channel members for their continued support. It means the world, guys, but with all of that said and done, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.